Step into a world of resilience and self-discovery with this captivating memoir. Through heartfelt anecdotes and profound reflections, the author takes readers on a transformative journey, navigating family dynamics and finding solace in faith. With raw honesty, they confront domestic violence and the challenges of the pandemic, showcasing the strength of the human spirit. This memoir inspires hope, resilience, and the power of never giving up, even in life's darkest moments. Discover the courage to rise above adversity today. Available now on all major platforms. Unbroken Spirit, A Journey to Redemption by Avalon S. Brown.
Greetings to my journey embracers. I am Paula G, and this is My Journey with Paula G, where we discuss juggling this journey we call life while we're walking in the gifts and talents that God has given us. I appreciate each and every one of you being here. You have so many options, and for you to think it not robbery to spend this time with me is truly, truly appreciated. I also encourage you to stay connected with me. Paula G Voice across all social media platforms. My website is paulagvoice.com, and there you can learn more about me, being a print model, commercial actor, author, contributing writer to Flourish Digital Magazine, and a visual ambassador for Raw Body Essentials. And I have some audio files and some shows and so forth that you can look at and peruse, and prayerfully that will be of encouragement to you. I also want to thank and so grateful for those who have chosen to support this programming through their underwriting. We appreciate our underwriters so very much. And we encourage you that if you have a business product or service and you're looking to gain exposure in front of an audience, a worldwide streaming television platform audience, please email us, jerryroycelive@gmail.com or paul@paulagvoice.com. Put underwriting opportunities in the subject line, and we'll make sure that we follow up with each and every one of you. All right, so in this season, we are discussing, the theme for this season is the baby boomer bounce back, because there's so many of us, the baby boomer generation, that now are in a winter season of life, and we all are continuing to live a vibrant life, but there are things that occur in this season that can be a challenge as well. So even though we're living a vibrant life, there are things that can be a challenge, and prayerfully, in this particular season, in this theme, even though it's a baby boomer theme, there is something that can be applicable regardless of what age that you are. One of my young mentees, I was sharing something with her one day, and she said, "You know what? I'm glad that you shared that with me, because I'm going to start now to make some changes or put some things in place now, so I will be in a better position when I, become your age." That was kind of cute the way she said it. When I become your age. So that is my prayer for those of you that are younger. You may say, "Oh, that doesn't apply to me." Y'all, look, at some point you're going to be here, okay? So take what you can from this, learn what you can, and begin to do some things in your life so you can live a rich, vibrant life in your winter season as well. So what I want to share with you today, in the last episode, we were talking a bit about caregiving. And at that time, there was a friend that I had lost that morning before I recorded that show. And I hadn't planned on recording that particular show, but it just seemed timely with what was going on that particular day. So I wanted to follow up and focus on something that, a lot of us experience. We hear a lot about it, and it doesn't really matter where you are in the world. It can hit you at some point in time, and that would be depression. And it can be generated through a variety of things. It could be a tragedy in life. It could be a divorce. It could be the job ended, or we were laid off or fired, or we can't support our family. It could be we're empty nesters for the first time. Now, for some of us, for some it's like, woohoo, and for others it's like, oh, my babies are leaving. So however you look at that particular situation, but for some that can be, that can be depressing. It could be you find yourself in a caregiving role, And, it can be discouraging. There can be a variety of reasons why we wind up on the threshold of depression. But I want to share with you a scripture. It's First Peter 5. And, well, you know what? I'm going to move back. I was going to do 9, but I'm going to go back to 7. Cast all your anxiety on him because he cares for you. Cast all your anxieties upon him because he cares for you. Be alert and sober and of sober mind. Your enemy, the devil, prowls around like a roaring lion looking for someone to devour. Resist him, standing firm in the faith because you know that the family of believers throughout the world is undergoing the same kind of sufferings. Now, if you're watching this, whether you are a believer or not, depression is going to hit you at some point in your life if you keep on living. I hope that encouraged you. For those of us who are believers, we know that there are times where we, on the mountaintop, the sun is shining, it's beautiful. And then there are times when we are down in the valley and it's not so pretty. So, in this episode, I want to share a little bit about, first of all, what is depression? Depression can be defined, and I know there might be a variety of definitions, but depression can be defined as having symptoms of sadness, ranging from sadness to severe emotional pain. And again, just like in previous episode, I was talking about a caregiver and the different levels of caregiving, there can be different levels of depression. It could not just, because I don't want to minimize that, but it could be sadness where we're sad, about something, but depression can affect us to the point where it renders severe emotional, whew, severe emotional pain, where your emotions are so ravaged with hurt and pain and discouragement that it can at that point also transpire to something physical. You have trouble focusing, you can't concentrate, you can't focus on one thing, fatigue sets in where you're tired. I know I've experienced that, where you're just tired. You may not be able to sleep, you may not be able to rest because your spirit is just so anxious, but you're tired. You're tired all the time. Your self-esteem, you may not feel confident, low self-esteem. You may not be secure within yourself. You may not feel like eating. Your eating habits are where you're not eating for a period of time. I remember years ago when I fell into a deep depression. I I went days without eating, and I didn't realize I went days without eating until I found myself at that particular time. I was like maybe 125, and I found myself down to 112 and didn't even realize it because I hadn't been eating because I was so depressed. Now, mind you, I couldn't afford to lose those 13 pounds in the first place, but that's how depressed I was. I just wasn't eating, but I was so depressed and my mind was so not focused that I didn't even realize that I really was not eating. So our eating habits could be affected. We could become very irritable. I'm a witness. We could become very irritable with people and be triggered um, very easily, and we can feel hopeless. Depression in a dark place, a depressed place, can be a very difficult place to come out of. Again, I'm a witness, and a lot of these topics that I talk about with you all are things that I have personally experienced. And I'm not saying that what I share with you, all of the suggestions that I share with you are gospel, they're set in stone, and that's what you should do. I'm just sharing what worked for me with the hope and the prayer that it will, if it doesn't work for you, it will inspire something that will work for you, or that it will encourage you. That is always, always my prayer, that you will come away with something that you can hold on to, that can help you on your particular journey of life, because we all, while we're walking in our gifts, we're walking in our talents, we still have to juggle what's going on in our daily lives. And that's what I'm doing presently with all of the things that I do, with the print model work, the commercial acting, uh, writing for Flourish Digital Magazine, voiceover work, being a visual ambassador for Raw Body Essentials plant-based products, all of those things. I still have got things going on in my life, people that I'm taking care of, people that I love very dearly that have passed on, other things that are going on that just distract me emotionally. And I have to really, I'm preaching to myself, which is why, again, I focus on these topics of how do we balance these things. If we're depressed about what's going on in our personal life, or we could be depressed about what's going on, those gifts and talents, maybe they're not manifesting the way that we would like for them to manifest. We could be depressed, but yet we still have to keep going. When we come back on the flip side of the break, I'm going to share with you a few things that prayerfully will help you to work your way through those depressed seasons into the light. If you're just joining us, we're talking about depression. This is My Journey with Paula G. I'm your host, Paula G, and we will be back in a moment. Hey there, this is Lady Wisdom with Starting Over. Sometimes part of the journey of life is starting over. Yes, it can sound discouraging, it can sound depressing, but life happens. Finances, health, things that get in the way, obstacles, but you can pick up the pieces, you can start over, keep moving forward, stay focused, you will reach your destiny. Check me out, visit my website, paulagvoice.com, and embrace the journey. All right, Journey Embracers, welcome back. My Journey with Paula G. And we are indeed juggling this journey called life while we're walking in our gifts and in our talents. And before the break, we were talking a bit about depression and some of the reasons for the depression and signs of depression in the previous episode and last week's episode. And for those of you who are watching this on a streaming platform or any other platform other than television, what you saw last week might not have been the caregiver episode, because on other platforms, the episodes may not necessarily be in the same order, but we do actually stream on television. Some people were asking me, I didn't realize you were actually on television, because they are watching on different, other internet-based platforms. But yes, we are on television. So that's what I was saying last week's episode. So those of you that are watching on television platforms, yes, caregiving. We were talking about caregiving last week, and this week I wanted to kind of extend that a little bit to talk about depression, because that is one of the things that I know a lot of us deal with when we are caring for others. But also, like I've said, if you keep on living and breathing, at some point in life, something is going to occur that's going to cause you to have those feelings. So what can we do? How can we combat that? Some of the things that I mentioned last episode in regard to caregiving, those are some of the things that we can do as well. And you may find some of these repetitive, but you know what? It doesn't hurt, because again, I say, we've heard it. For those of us who have been on an airplane, and some we've heard it, before, others have repeated it. What is the thing that the flight attendant tells you about that little oxygen mask? Again, I'll wait. That's right. Put yours on first. You got to take care of you. So, a few things from my personal experience, and I always give the disclaimer, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a clinical psychologist, therapist, none of that. I'm just sharing my experience, what worked for me, because some people say, how'd you get through this? How'd you get through that? How do you stay fit? How do you keep going? They ask me all these questions. So, the topics of these shows are answers to the questions that y'all are asking me. So, these are some things that I have done during my seasons of depression that have helped me to come out of that. And one thing that I want to mention that I don't have down here is I've learned, and it's made it so much, I can't say easier to navigate, is that I have to look at it as a storm of life, or look at it as a rainy day. Like at the time of this recording, we've had rain for 2 straight days. And, there are times where, I love the rain because it's, you can curl up and, watch a movie, sleep, whatever. And then there are other days like, oh gosh, it's so depressing. But I always know that at some point, it's not going to rain forever. There's going to be a sunny day. Even, I go to Europe because I have family in Europe, and I go to Europe, and especially in the London area, it seems like it rains all the time. People say, oh, the sun never comes out. It does. Doesn't come out a lot, but it does. And to me, that's always a constant reminder as well, because it can be days, it can be weeks of no sun in London. But then there are days where it's not raining. It may not be sun that you can see, because we all know that the sun is up there above the clouds, but it's not raining. And then there are those days, those rare days when the sun does shine. So I have to remember that when we're going through seasons of depression, there will be some sunshine. In some seasons of depression, there'll be more sunshine than others, but there will be some sunshine. And when there is, even if it's only one day, grasp hold of that day, cherish that day. And those days where the sun is not shining, know that the sun is up there. It's up there above the clouds. We may not be able to see it, but it's there. It's there. So, a few things that I want to share with you. And as I've mentioned before, I am a strong advocate. I don't have a problem going to therapy. I'm telling you, I do not have a problem going to therapy with the right therapist. And you might have to, sit with a few therapists, interview a few therapists, because sometimes that neutral, subjective person is just the person you need to talk you through and to give you the tools that you need to get through that depressing season. Today versus tomorrow. I have shared this with you before, and this is something that was shared with me in one of my sessions years ago. When I feel overwhelmed, because I start thinking about all the what ifs, and my mind just causes me to go into a deeper depression. So I have to say to myself, what is in my best interest right now and in this moment? What is in my best interest? And sometimes it may have been, and I'll talk about this in a minute, get up and go take a shower. Right now, that's in my best interest to get up and go take a shower. Right now, it's in my best interest to go take a walk. Right now, it's in my best interest to pray. Forget about, the what ifs and the shoulda, woulda, couldas and all that kind of thing. You think, what is in your best interest right now? To stop overthinking. That's in my best interest right now. So you have to ask yourself, what is in my best interest that will calm my spirit right now? To let me just focus on what's the next thing that I have to do? What's the next thing that I have to do in this morning? Is that get up and take a shower? Is that go get something to eat? Is that go take a walk? What is in my immediate best interest? Let me do that and then take the next step, one step at a time, which is something else that we also need to focus on, just one step at a time. And I've learned this because start thinking about all the what ifs and the shoulda, woulda, couldas, and what I have to do. You know what? Just one step at a time. I'm going through this season of depression. I'm here in the bed. It's mid morning. I haven't gotten up yet. Let me go take a shower. Let me not think about anything beyond that. Go take a shower. Okay, take a shower. You get dressed. Okay, now I feel a little better. Let me make my bed. Okay, I'm feeling better. I took a shower. Let me go down and get a cup of coffee. One step at a time. And on those days, I found myself, even though, there's still that hint of depression, I find myself feeling a bit better by just taking one step at it and not thinking all the should have, because I can't do anything about the gazillion things that are going through my head in this moment. But in this moment, I can sit quietly with a cup of coffee. In this moment, I can sit quietly and pray. In this moment, I can just go take a walk. In this moment, I can just maybe watch a show or binge on something that I enjoy to help me through each moment. Journaling, I've mentioned this to you all before. Journaling is a powerful way to just get it out on paper. Don't worry about spelling, punctuation, language, just getting it out sometimes can be very releasing and very helpful. Just pulling back, sometimes you got to take a break and just breathe. Go for a drive. I've done that. Go for a drive sometimes. Now, mind you, let me just take that back. If you are emotionally stable. I don't want you getting behind a car, and your mind is all over the place and you're driving erratically. No, 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 no. But if it's, that might calm me just to go for a scenic drive, and you're physically and emotionally, spiritually, mentally in that position to do that as well. And as I always tell y'all, exercise, exercise, exercise. That was what, a lot of people say, how do you stay in shape so much? Well, one reason is because from my 20s, it's been part of my life, like brushing my teeth. But for that season when I was really depressed, because during that time I had a lot of anger and resentment as well, those workouts, and I was working hard too, y'all. I was working, hitting that punching bag. I was working hard, lifting those weights, getting some of those emotions out. It worked for me. I'm not saying y'all got to do that, but it worked for me. So these are just some things that, therapy, focusing on today versus tomorrow, one step at a time, setting short, and that's the part of setting those short goals. The short goals, I'm gonna take a shower. I did that. My short goal, I'm gonna make my bed. Setting these short goals for yourself, journaling, taking a break, and exercising, your spiritual life, all of these things that I hope and pray will help you through the season of depression. And remember, on those rainy days, even though it's cloudy, you know that the sun is up there. If you've ever been on an airplane and you've taken off and it's been a rainy, cloudy day, and once you get up above the clouds, what do you see? So the only thing that's separating you from the sun, from the sun, are those clouds. You know that the sun is there. You just got to break through the clouds. We come to the end of our journey. I hope that encouraged and inspired you today. I want you to stay connected with me, Paula G Voice, across all platforms. PaulaGVoice.com is my website. Also, underwriting opportunities, you can email jerryroycelive@gmail.com or Paula@PaulaGVoice.com as well. And remember, greatest conversation you will ever have is the one that takes place in between your ears. What are you speaking to yourself? Is God a part of that conversation? Are you listening to his still small voice? Until the next time, be encouraged and embrace the journey. family. This is Paula G, aka Lady Wisdom, host of My Journey with Paula G. And I just want to share with you all that we are so excited because our reach is expanding. We are now presently in the Brooklyn, New York area, the Atlanta, Georgia area, the DMV, and we are growing. So if you're looking for exposure for your business, product, or service, you can reach out to jerryvoicelive@gmail.com or paula@paulagvoice.com. Put underwriting opportunities in the subject line, and we'll be sure to follow up with you as we all continue to spread love, spread the word, and encourage each and every one of you to juggle this journey called life while we're walking in the gifts and the talents that God has given us. Until next time, embrace the journey.